It's time. It's time! Let's do this like Brutus.
Well, hello, everybody. It is mid-February 2016, and this is Prairie Lake. Probably my favorite lake out of all of them. I'm going to try to catch a fish. Boy, I tell you what, it sure is pretty out here for mid-February. No wind, it's mid-60s, hard to beat. We are fishing with a bobber and a 1/32 ounce jig, using a little clear 1-inch minnow with a little tiny pink gulp waxy on the tip. Just about 18 inches, 2 feet deep on the bobber. See if we can catch anything. Prairie Lake here is on the high side right now. This lake does tend to either fill up or lose water depending on the amount of rain there's been. It's all on top of a cave system, and all the limestone below just kind of leaks out. Right now it is very high. Afraid the sun's going to be in your eyes a little bit here. This is the deeper half of the lake, very close to the parking lot. There's quite a few bait fish up and about. Boy, it's hard to see that bobber right there, but that's where I need to be. Was using a few mealworms that I have here in a little tiny Icebreakers mince container. Learned that from YouTube's own Juanello. Hi, Juanello. And thanks for that tip. Oh, got a hit. Missed it. Now you notice that I keep the float moving. My Uncle Steve taught me that. Trying to get the fish to chase it in order to prevent losing their dinner. Sure beats just letting it sit there waiting for them to come. Thanks, Uncle Steve. Just a tiny little movement. It kicks it up in the water, falls right back down. A hungry, aggressive fish will take it right out rather than lose it to one of its compatriots, one of its brothers or sisters. Missed. That's where they are, though. I'm sure they're hungry, but they're also just so cold. This water is so icy. The ice just melted off of it 2 days ago. This weighted bobber just barely peeks out of the water. Makes it very sensitive. try one more time. Sun behind those clouds is a little dimmer out. Actually makes it a little easier to see the bobber. Let's try over there. Make sure we're nice and tight on it. I'm going to let it sit a second this time. Those fish are so cold. Kind of sluggish. Boy, there sure is a lot going on for mid-February. All over the place, shad. See that? I totally scheduled that, by the way. That was a special effect. That was an extra special effect. Yeah, the pyrotechnics come later. Down under this bank here is gravel. Tends to warm up a little bit faster than the mud around most of the lake. Yeah, we'll give it another cast. Why not? Haha! I sure hope that thing is still on. Can you see this? Can you see this? Don't get stuck in the weeds. Can you see this? What do we got? It's a crappie! Hello, Mr. Crappie. I told you there was only one more cast. Boy, he's fighting me in the fan, too. Say hi, Mr. Crappie. Thank you, Mr. Crappie. You get warmer and bigger. Well, I think that's it for me. I've about exhausted the time that I've got here, and I'm afraid the powers that be are going to destroy me for not starting my soup a little earlier. Thank you so much for joining me. Until next time.